Joining us right now is Mainstay Capital Management CEO, Chief Investment Strategist David Kudla. David, good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Maria.
And I'm glad you're here because you shorted Tesla over the past 2 days, and you've been watching this company and covering it for a long time. Your reaction to what has taken place, David?
Well, you know, if we look at what's happened over the past couple of days, the stock never approached $420, the apparent deal price. It reached a high of $387 after that tweet came out 2 days ago, and pre-market today it's more than $20 off that price. So the market is losing faith in this deal. And if we look at the merits of it, I own a very small company by comparison. If I were going to sell it and arrive at a price, it would take more than a week of discussion to do that. If I were doing the largest LBO in history, they said the board talked about this last week, to arrive at a price and secure funding, I think it would take a lot longer than 1 week. It's just hard to believe this is real.
Yeah, I mean, he said funding secured, which really was a head scratcher because you're talking about something like $75 billion, right, to get to a $420 price.
Right.
So you're questioning whether or not the funding is secured.
Yeah, I think everybody is questioning that, and now, as we know, the SEC is questioning it. And why all the mystery? If he knows the price, or Tesla knows the price, and why all the mystery on who is the buyer or who are the buyers?
Yeah, it was pretty clear yesterday that the Securities and Exchange Commission was going to be knocking on the company's door after that tweet, James.
Yeah, and I think this may be a question for a securities lawyer, but it may come down to a lot. It's going to hinge on this word secure. Does this mean he made a few calls and he was confident he could get the money, or does he probably need a letter from a bank saying you have the X billion?
Well, and James, if you look at the details that came out later on the blog and on the memo, and rather than adding more detail or more certainty, it was a little bit more vague. You know, he talked about, it almost looked like more of a letter of intent or a plan to have a plan, rather than adding more certainty to the original tweet.
Yeah, and Christina, we know that he's wanting to stick it to the shorts for some time.
Right, and right now the latest numbers, the shorts consist of 20% of the float. But I wanted to focus on Saudi Arabia, given that the Financial Times yesterday came out, or 2 days ago came out with the fact that they increased their share of Teslas, or their portfolio of Tesla. And so isn't that a sign of confidence in that possibly other sovereign wealth funds, like Norway, for example, given they have $1 trillion, couldn't they be one of the backers of Tesla?
There's a lot of money out there sloshing around, whether it's sovereign wealth funds, whether it's private equity looking for deals. But the question is, who's going to invest in this company? You know, a lot of times they're looking for companies that are cash rich or have at least they have positive cash flows. This is a company that has a negative cash flow, hurting for money. Even after this deal were to be done, needs more financing. So who's going to do this deal?
So you think this was just a mistake? I mean, was this just a mistake on Elon Musk's part? What the heck happened?
We don't know. You know, he's done things on Twitter before. He had a prank on April Fool's Day. He's made jokes on Twitter. We really don't know yet, but we don't know anything more about the deal, and that's odd. It was odd how it came about, and it's odd that we don't know anything further.
Governor, your thoughts?
Well, David, I sometimes wonder, are we taking Twitter too seriously? I mean, my gosh, now it's the president tweets something, Elon Musk tweets something, and it becomes the focus of a major federal investigation. Maybe people ought to step back, lighten up, and say, Twitter is for amusement. It is not necessarily a declaration of some legal.
But Mike, it's important.
Put the company up for sale on Twitter.
And what about the president? We're talking constantly.
Well, I think a lot of his tweets are for amusement as well.
I think we really should note the company has said that they've officially said investors can look to his Twitter feed for additional information about the company.
That's right.
So they've said it's an official channel.
They've said that it's an official channel, and investors traded on this.
Yeah.
People put money on stake based on what the company has said is an official news outlet for additional information on the company. People went long on those 2 days. Shorts went in covered positions. There was people that traded on this information.
Right.
So they took it seriously.
Which is why the Securities and Exchange Commission is looking into it right now.
Absolutely.
What are the legal implications? I mean, we're going to speak with Harvey Pitt coming up in the program. He's my special guest, former chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. But from your standpoint as an investor, what do you want to see happen now?
Well,
you've been shorting it the last 2 days, right? But you were not short going into it.
We've had short positions on. We've traded the volatility in Tesla because as the stock has been hyped up and gone up, it's been a good short. The air comes out of the stock, you can cover at a profit. We've played the volatility in the stock. And we think it was an opportunity to short the last couple of days because we don't think this deal would go through. Even if there is secured funding, there's a lot of ways that a deal like this can fall apart. Then you go back to the company fundamentals, which we just don't think are that good.
Okay,
there's a liquidity
David,
problem, there's a sustained profitability problem, and then you got a lot of competition online or coming online in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, like China.
Yeah, competitive market, and we've been raising a lot of questions, but shouldn't it be noted that they do seem to have lately been hitting their production targets, David? I mean, on an operating basis, isn't there a better story on this company than there has been?
I guess it depends how you look at the numbers. They built 5,000 cars for 1 week at the end of June by pulling out all the stops and using parts that were desperately needed for service parts. We have people waiting for service parts for weeks and months. All the measures that are taking, using a tent for their third General Assembly line, manufacturing process.
What's wrong with the tent? I mean, if that's how you build the cars, who cares what the roof is?
For people that know automotive manufacturing, that walk through those plants or look at how these cars are being built, the mistakes that are being made, this is not, as Elon Musk said, revolutionizing manufacturing. They're having a lot of problems with building cars,
right.
having a lot of problems in execution. And now, Elon Musk talked about production hell. Now they're facing warranty service hell, and customers are having problems with the service centers. Right. There are a lot of issues, and once they work through that, they've got all this competition coming online.
Yeah, and somebody said yesterday when we were talking about this that China wants to own this market, the EV market.
They've made it a national priority.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you about the price of the stock. It's at $370 right now. You've been shorting it. What do you think is the right price for this company?
A lot lower. In pre-market, we're down to about $365.
It's $365 right now. So what's the right price?
Well, look. Elon Musk himself has said it's a real car company. People want to say it's an energy company that builds cars, or it's a technology company that builds cars. 90% of the revenues come from building and selling cars. Car companies around the world trade a multiple of 6 to 12, PE multiple 6 to 12, and right now Tesla trades at a multiple of infinity. Okay, someday if they do get to profitability, they won't trade at a multiple of 300 or 400.
Wow.
They'll trade a multiple a lot lower.
Yeah.
So the stock price should be well below 400, well below 300.
Well below 300 as well. Okay.